Yo, people, welcome back to the channel. And we are here to talk about something special um, that Chelsea Football Club has made for themselves. Um, and it is Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca, or Mascara, however you want to say it, to Chelsea Football Club. Um, do make sure to get like as you guys come in and smash that subscribe button as well. We have everyone in the chat. Um, so yeah, um, behave yourself and in the chat saying it's done by Enzo. And if you wanna open, I can put the link in the chat for you. If you are free, I'll drop the link there. So yeah, but I found a video of where Enzo or I'm going to call him Maresca because Enzo, it's too close to Enzo Fernandez. So yeah, but uh, yeah, be up yourself, Chelsea fan. Yeah, Bluco out. Well, after the video I watched, I'm a bit more happier. But yeah, yes, yes, be up yourself, mate. Be up. Yeah, do that. Hit that like button. Be up, Harry, every single time. Um, yeah, I'll get into the rest of the comments. Where are you? Uh, one second. I'll get the link over to you now, and yeah, send it just now. But I'll put it in the chat as well. Just give me 2 seconds. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm happy, but I'm less disappointed in disappointment after the video I watch, and I'll share the video with you guys. Um, so yeah, um, um, hopefully, yeah, that works. So yeah, the there is the link, and if you hopefully it goes through. They should go through. Um, if not, I will just share it on my phone. But I have sent it to you on Insta. I will just put it in the chat. What I will do, better share. But like I said, I'm not happy. Um, it's basically just a video where he basically shares this whole thing. I'll put the video link also in the chat. About this. Where he basically explains his tactics and what players he wants, and compares it to Leicester. This was recorded or uploaded on the 5th of December. So a lot has happened. Of course, Leicester being promoted, etc. So yeah, um, yes, I will drop the link alongside the StreamYard link in as well. Give me 2 seconds. Um, yeah. So that is the video I'll be showing. But I'm still not that entirely happy with the situation because, like Justin says, yeah, they want a yes man. And that is why I am a bit concerned about Enzo Maresca coming in because we heard there in some of the news that come out that the owners really like him. He likes the owners. Is he agrees with the owner's plans, yada yada yada. So yeah, that is the thing. So yeah, I can just check if that comes up. Uh, uh, Okay, that. Uh, yeah, it does. It does. It does. Um, okay, the YouTube link is there. So this is the link to the video. If you guys want to watch it, we'll react to it all now. Um, um, just okay. And I have sent it to you on Twitter, but the StreamYard link doesn't wanna work. It doesn't wanna go into YouTube for some reason. I'll try it from StreamYard side, but doesn't seem like it wants to go in. Um, but yeah, Joe, be up yourself. Not happy. Even Leicester fans lost patience with him, and plus, how are we going for someone who only won a championship by 1 point to a team when they should have walked the championship? Yeah, I feel I get. Uh, I'll get into all three of these comments. Real good comments. Yep, clear. But we have got the man himself. Yeah. Um, and how are you, my friend? How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. Good. Can't lie, I'm not particularly happy about this. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm thrilled that our manager that we've been sold a long project with is going to Chelsea. As I've said many times, I get it. It's a step up in career and size of club for him. It's a big risk for you guys, like
It is.
massive risk for you guys. So for me, I'm not happy with it. I feel like he's said a lot of things this year about sort of being here long term and building the club in the way that he wants. And it's like this is why I'm taking sort of, and I said it at the time as well. You've got to take everything a manager says with a pinch of salt, or any like a player or a club, because every player will say exactly what the fans want to hear, as will the manager in terms of like going to be here for years and all of that. The thing that disappoints me is it's the first big offer comes in, he's off straight away. But I don't blame
Yeah.
him. It's just it feels a big kick in the teeth.
Yeah. No, I feel it. Of course, we know we have the history of taking people from you guys.
Hmm.
Wesley Fofana, N'Golo Kante, Ben Chilwell. Only
Don't
one,
forget Danny
two.
Drinkwater. You're not sliding that one under the carpet. You took Drinkwater as well. It's,
I forgot about Drinkwater.
but to be fair,
but
I was on a Chelsea podcast yesterday, and it's not as if it's just one way. It's and like you look at people like Rob Tanner, who's reported this as well. Like it's been a very good sort of positive relationship both ways because we've had Mark Schwarzer come the other way. Obviously, this season we've had Cassidy come the other way. So there's clearly a good working relationship there.
yeah, no, there is. Um, the one thing that off the jump that I was not happy with Enzo is he the stuff that came out that him and the directors are in line with the plan and everything. Now, if it was a usual club, you would say that's great, but with the directors, they appointed Potter, they appointed Poch,
Mhm.
um, they appointed Lampard, and all three of them failed basically.
Mhm.
So I don't trust them to hire the right guy. That's why I'm a bit against Enzo and that he isn't the right man, and I think he is a yes man.
He's
Um,
definitely like he's been many things this year. One thing he is absolutely not is a yes man. From
don't think.
like look at his press conferences throughout January. He was calling out the board left, right, and centre. Like if he is not happy, he will not hide it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Of
he
course.
is meant like there's
Okay.
a fair few things you can criticise him for this season. One of those is not being a yes man.
Okay, okay, but we'll see what happens if a big club changes him, maybe. Um,
But
but
Sam,
I don't
you,
think it does.
sorry to interrupt. Sam, when he first walked in the door at Leicester, he was saying everything that the Leicester fans wanted to hear. If Leicester's far too big of a club of a championship, we need to get straight back up and all of this, that, and the other. So my expectation is he's going to say what you guys and sort of toe the party line, so to speak, for the like first month or so. Once he's got his feet under the table, I think you'll start to see him really start to sort of show more what he's about.
Okay. When I watched this video, I definitely like the way he talks. Like there's a good aura almost about uh, um Maresca, but yeah, Joe. We are copying also like they pointed out they said Chelsea want Maresca to do, but depends if we back it probably not unless are 10 million richer. Great.
You know,
Yeah,
I feel like I should be a lot more annoyed by this than I am with our manager leaving. And it's like I like Maresca. As I say, I don't think he's ready for I don't think he's ready for a club like Chelsea. But I almost, in a strange way, I feel like we might be ending up getting a better manager out of this. Because you look at the managers we're linked to, Graham Potter, who's the favourite, as of right now, and I know Graham Potter went horrendously wrong at Chelsea. I stand by. I don't think he's a bad manager. I just think that Chelsea's not the right club for
Chelsea's not
him.
the club. Yeah.
Like you look at his work at Brighton, you look at his work at Swansea. Those are like that's like more of sort of comparable to what Chelsea. This makes
Um.
me laugh. Chelsea fans saying, "Yeah, he's a yes man." I've read his comments. Yeah, but I've listened to hours and hours and hours
Yeah.
of press
So
conferences.
I'm not gonna challenge Ant on that because he watched Leicester. He listened to the pre-match, post-match
Yeah,
press conferences, the
yeah.
the
Just type
transfer
up,
window before the season
yeah.
started. Those interviews now.
Type up
So
Stefano Sensi, Enzo Maresca. You will see how sort of he will not hide if he is pissed off.
no. Yeah, it is a board. It is our board definitely. So, but I think we're still going to critique him like any other manager. So if he fails, he's still going to get in the brunt of it because of
Yeah.
that. But
The
no,
thing
I
is,
agree.
he needs time, but he won't get given that at Chelsea. Like as much as you guys like preach about a project and this, that, and the other, and like a long term vision, for that to happen, you almost need to take a step backwards to take a step forward. And I don't think your fans are willing to take that step backwards. We saw that with Pochettino. Like as soon as it started going south, Poch out, Poch this, out, the other. I actually don't think it was the right decision to even appoint Pochettino in the first place. But
Yeah,
it's like whoever you get in needs to be given time. And it's like that's the one thing that I think because I don't want to say spoilt's probably the wrong word, but because the expectations at Chelsea have risen so much under Abramovich and it's success after success after success, I almost feel like that's like there's not going to be a willing to drop the standards. But I almost also think that the standards of other clubs has risen. So you're almost going to have to take a step back to take a step forward.
maybe. Let's see. Um, but I think we Pochettino needed wasn't the right appointment, definitely not. But I think for Enzo to succeed, the first few games he needs to deliver results because I think even when we knew Poch was appointed, the always that thing everybody said was the first few games he needs to deliver because if he doesn't deliver, because he's ex-Spurs, his
Mhm.
time is already going to be cut short. And with the results we saw, Wolves done the double over us. We almost lost to Luton away. So yeah, but uh, um,
It's one of those. It doesn't. even before Enzo Maresca's come in, it's not exactly uniting your fan base, is it? It's already before a ball's been kicked, it's splitting your fan base, which it puts him on the back foot right from the start. Which, like, if you'd gone out and got sort of a big name manager who got the CV to back it up and this, that, and the other, I feel like your manager would, sorry, your fan base would be a lot more excited. But it's a strange one because it's for Enzo Maresca, it's fortunate in one sense because if you hadn't made the two last appointments that had gone horrendously wrong, he wouldn't be anywhere near this job. But at the same time, that has put more pressure on him from the start from the Chelsea fans.
Yeah, no, it definitely has, and I think it's the same with Poch, almost because it was already 50-50 with Poch when he came in. Just want to comment on this. Yeah, I saw that the owners are looking studied Arteta and how he came over from Pep, and done what he has done. So yeah, unfortunately that is how it is. The one thing I will say, football is moving more like Pep. All these systems, right space, right this, inverted fullbacks, inverted centre backs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm almost at the sense of, if this is the way football is moving, get me the best man right now out there that can bring me that football and instill it for the future. If that's Zerbi or if that's Maresca, either way.
It's weird because football goes through phases, doesn't it? Because a couple of years ago, everyone was playing with five at the back with wing backs, and that was sort of the fashionable system. Now everyone's playing with inverted full backs or wing backs, and it's like last year. Do you remember everyone was trying to have like their centre back stepping forward, like John Stones was into midfield? So it's like it will go through fits and phases of what works and sort of what's uh, positive and stuff. The one thing that you've got at Chelsea though is every manager will get backed and every manager will have sort of money to spend. So there is no hiding place or there is no excuse for Enzo Maresca now, because a lot of what sort of he's moaned about at Leicester is the fact he hasn't been got sort of the backing that he'd wanted, which again I think is absolutely ridiculous when you look. And I know it's on a smaller scale, but you look at the fact that we spent 40 million in the summer. The next highest championship spending club was 22 million. Do you know what I mean? It's like so
Yeah,
like it's all relative, but it's like we still spent a hell of a lot more than the rest of the championship. But he will get backed, and he will. But again, as I say, uh, good luck to him. But for me, I just want this to get done as quickly as possible because I don't think it helps Chelsea if this drags out for ages. But I also don't think it helps Leicester either.
yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Um, so yeah, this guy Nick, writer for the Evening Standard, um, says Chelsea have been won over by Maresca's detailed plans for Enzo Fernandez. Maresca was understood to be present multiple setups of shifts that he believes get the best out of Enzo Fernandez. Um, and this is one thing that I mentioned since the start of this, well, towards the end of the Pochettino era. Um, the board needed to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Do they stick with Poch and Gallagher,
Mm-hmm.
or do they stick with Enzo Fernandez? And they have stuck with Enzo Fernandez. And I think that's also the reason why they have sacked Poch.
Yeah.
What's this news one?
So this is saying about this was before Enzo Maresca joined Leicester. So this is, you're saying about the detailed approach that he had for Enzo Fernandez. So like ignore my tweet about saying you couldn't pay me to watch most of that season again. But before joining Leicester, Maresca watched every single Leicester game of the relegation season, sometimes more than once, so he could see himself what he's working with. Like he goes into ridiculous detail with his preparation, his development plans for each player. It's like when he joined Leicester, and I'm pretty sure there's something about this with what he's done with Chelsea. He has like dossiers for every player that goes into so much detail of like development, how they can improve, weaknesses, strengths, and it's like, I know every manager does it, but apparently it's the detail that Enzo Maresca went into was something that Leicester had never seen before, like of how in depth he'd gone.
This is another one. Inside details, Maresca, through his representative, was saying, "I know all the players. These are their strengths and weaknesses. This is what we need to do in the future." Had knowledge on even the young players out on loan.
Yeah,
So
he's all right.
crazy.
He's very much hands-on with all of the players, which again is something that I think is more important now in football than it has been for a while. But yeah, it's one of those. It's such a high risk for you, and I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, he's going to succeed. He's going to do this, that, and the other. But if it goes well for you, you have got one of the best up-and-coming managers in world football. If it goes badly for you, it is going to be an absolute car crash, and I don't think there's any in between.
Yeah, no, definitely. I get you, but you have to remember Roma basically bought Chelsea Football Club. Get you that the stuff probably wasn't the right because sacking managers regularly and how football was going to sustainability with players need the system, need a specific system. So, but yeah, but Roman bought this club, like let's not be that. It, I think it. Right. No, I think this is to you guys. Probably not the blue $1 billion bottlers, but yeah, 1 billion. The playing SRT playmaker will be amazing. Yeah, we'll get onto this of Enzo. So the topics he discussed in this video. I'll just zoom in. So yeah, then we. So the benefits of playing with an inverted fullback, in position against 4-3-3, in position against 4-4-2 and 4-2-3-1, using the goalkeeper attributes needed to place an inverted fullback, creating space, defensive transition, and then retaining control to create more chances. So yeah, and can maybe like run us through it, and because of course you watch Leicester week in week out, so you can like say if you have seen all of this. So yeah,
one of the reasons why we bring the fullback inside is to avoid transition and to defend better in the moment that we lose the ball. First of all, for instance, in this case, as you can see, the shape is 4-3-3. And with the teams that they play 4-3-3, most of the time, when they are attacking, they just defend with 3 players. That means the 2 central defender and the old midfielder, because fullback is higher. Sometimes teams, they play with the winger inside to attack midfielder and the striker. So as you can see, you defend the transition. You defend the transition with 3 players. And with the team that they are 4-3-3, for instance, with the team that they are 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2, doesn't matter, more or less happen the same thing, that they bring both fullback higher they attack with the winger inside, 9, 10, and the two fullbacks. And as you can see, they defend with 4 players. So the reason why the fullback inside, for instance, if you are in the way we try to play, that it's 3 and 2, and then we have 2 wingers, 2 attacking midfielder, and number 9. So as you can see, in this case, so we defend the transition with 5 players. So one of the reasons why we try to bring the fullback inside is defensively, because in the moment that we lose the ball, we have 5 players defending the transition. Not the main reason, but one of the reasons why we bring the fullback inside is to avoid transition and to defend better in the moment that we lose the ball. Then there are many reasons why we bring the.
I just want to stop there. I don't know. You see that shape: centre back, fullback, and then another fullback and midfield pivot. Um, do you think Chelsea have the the players that can play that system? Because of course we can maybe put the likes of Reece James at that right centre back role,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
Gusto in midfield, or Gusto in midfield maybe, or put Trevor Chalobah that has played right back there, and then Reece James inverting as a fullback,
yeah.
wait in midfield. He has played midfield, so
He,
yeah.
he did that for
Um,
Wigan, didn't he? Am I imagine? Was it
yeah, I
Wigan he
think
went on?
academy and maybe Wigan. Yeah.
Because the thing is, our back three. So you see how it's the back three. So on this little tactics board, I would say you put that about sort of the back three would probably be on the edge of the halfway line. So never are we sat that deep. It is always right up on the halfway line.
Okay.
But then, so it'll be Vestergaard, Wout Faes, and then either James Justin or Callum Doyle. As that the fullback would either be Callum Doyle or James Justin. I prefer Callum Doyle, but then there's a real lack of pace. But then Ricardo Pereira in that fullback role and Harry Winks in that midfield pivot. So you could easily see something like Enzo Fernandez in that midfield pivot. Then Gusto or Reece James as that fullback. I'd probably go Gusto because I feel like he's slightly better sort of in tight spaces than Reece James. I think Reece James, you see more of his crossing ability and stuff like that, his actual ability to put a ball in and like strike the ball. Like I think that's on the ball is more of his strengths. And you see that from the right centre back, which has been Wout Faes a lot this year. He's still, because we push high up the pitch, from centre back, he will get sort of down that right hand channel and still be able to put balls into the box, and like you won't lose his crossing ability. But I also think he's defensively sound as well. Then like that central centre back and fullback, that that fullback role that screams Levi Colwill to me, because he's played as a left back this season, but this like fullback role is like it's a sort of a hybrid in between a traditional left back and a traditional centre back. So
Mm.
I feel like you've got a lot of positions that you could see sort of filled like a glove.
Okay. Okay. I was thinking Cucurella, maybe, but one thing I have to say, if we're using this system,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Mikhailo Mudryk hasn't been helped much with support on that wing, and I don't know if the
Yeah.
system will help him.
The wingers get so much support in this system, and that's
Okay.
like you see. We'll get onto it a bit further on, but you know the two advanced midfielders, because
Yeah.
they will both be making runs beyond the wingers.
Okay.
It creates a lot of space for wingers, which is why you look on our team, Mavadidi and Fatawu, along with Dewsbury Hall and like our three most players with the most goals, assists, and output this season.
Yeah. No. Okay. No. That makes sense. The one thing I remember about Leicester is Didi's goal, far corner. Okay, I think it was either against Leeds or Southampton. I watched that game, but might be Ipswich. Basically, on the edge of the box, bends it to the far corner.
Which, yeah. But
Ipswich.
watch that goal again, because like when it's a technical breakdown of it, it's Dewsbury Hall's run beyond Mavadidi that gives him the amount of time to draw to be able to curl it into the top corner. It's like it's small details like that that sort of get ignored, but it's like it's one of these systems, and this is where I worry. If every player doesn't buy into it, it doesn't work. You have to have every player buying into it 110%.
Yeah. Okay. No. Do you think maybe Enzo Fernandez could be in one of the advanced midfield roles, or is he more that deeper one?
And I know he's a much better player than Harry Winks, but like they've got similar attributes. I think he needs to be in that midfield pivot of getting on the ball, spreading passes, getting the ball out to the wingers, getting the ball into the strikers, and just keeping the ball moving. Because I think in terms of his passing range, it's right up there with some of the best in the Premier League. I feel like if you put him further forward, you almost lose that with him.
Yeah. It will then be very interesting to see what we do with Caicedo as well.
But the thing is, you said it's not with Caicedo, and like whoever you go with, it's not as if it's one or the other. You are, particularly with conference leagues next year, you're going to have a hell of a lot of games to play. You can't just play the same team game after game after game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. We even have to play playoffs. Like playoffs or conference.
Conference league was absolutely brilliant when we were in it. That's because we went into the middle of like absolute shitholes and had a laugh. It's like if you're not going to the places, I don't think I would have enjoyed it. But because like who was one of the teams that played? Oh, Randers. And it was a proper good laugh, but it's like, yeah, this ain't serious, is it? Until we got to the knockout stages where you start playing like PSV, Roma, and those kind of teams, it's just it just feels like, yeah, we're just here for a bit of a piss up, to be honest.
Yeah, and with Serie A, maybe if Fiorentina wins the conference league, they might also the ninth team might get conference league. Like ninth team in Serie A gets conference league. That's how rubbish teams you are going to be playing against.
Yeah.
We'll get to all of your comments right now. So yeah, we won't pull out. It would be a disgrace if we pull out. But let's continue.
Fullback inside when we have the ball, because the idea is to have an overload in the middle, extra player in the middle, and always try to have an extra man. In the middle, we try to create this 1, 2, 3, and 4 players against 3. So we have an extra man in the middle, and this allow us to control better the game. So we try to use the fullback inside, and the main target is to have an extra player in the middle. As you can see, against 4-3-3, in this case, we have 4 against 3 in the middle, and we have 1 extra player that give us more control. How the opponent, they can do 4-4, jumping with one of the central defender. So in this case, he can come here, he can come here, and he can come here, and we are 5 against 5 in the middle. But this also, it's a benefit for us because, first of all, we are moving one central defender out from his position, and also because we are, as you can see, man-to-man. That for the opponent is good because they can be more aggressive, but in the same time for us can be good because we are 1v1 winger in both sides. We are 1v1 number 9, and we have 4 against 4 in the middle, bringing out of his position the central defender. That it's never easy for a central defender. So this is, as we said, not only a reason why we bring inside the fullback defending better, but it's also to attack, to try to attack better. Against 4-4-2, for instance, it's more or less the same concept. As you can see now in the middle, we have 4 against 2. So they have the 2 old midfielder, and we have 4 players. It's 4 against 2. What's happened most of the time, and happened this year already many times, that to try to match the 4 against 2 in the middle, the opponent, they drop number 9 and number 10. So they do like this and like this. 4 against 4 in the middle. That, yes, become more difficult for us because there are no space that we can exploit here. Probably the only one, and this is the reason why sometimes we drop our 9, is also to create this 5 against 4 when this situation happen. But if we don't drop our 9, in any case, when the opponent try to match this situation, and with the 9 and 10, that means that because they drop number 9 and number 10 with our old midfielder, we are in completely control of the game, because that means that the 3 players here, they are without any pressure and we can play in the opposite side. But in same times, at least means that they drop in their side and we can control the game. One of the solution when this happen, we try to drop our 9 and to create this 5 against 4. That is the same situation. They can jump with central defender and they become 5 against 5. But it's the same situation. We have big space between fullback and central defender for attacking midfielder or for winger. The same thing in the other side. For instance, when we face team that they are 4-2-3-1, it's the same situation. We have 4 against 3 in the middle. We have 2 against 1 here, against the number 10. So there is this situation 2 against 1. Here we are 2 against 2, but overall we are 4 against 3. So in the moment that they decide, for instance, to jump with this player to this player because the other one is here, this become free. The same thing in the other side. If they decide to number 10 go with him, all the midfielder jump with him, this guy is free. That is similar to the other situation. How can match the situation jumping with central defender, but we have man-to-man and we can attack better.
You know, you know where he says man-to-man? That's why, like, it's so important that your wingers, like, if we go man-to-man, that's why it's so important. Fatawu is a winger that will go, like, if he will take your the defender on, Mavididi on the other side. So you've got to have wingers that are confident to take on their fullback or the opposition defender.
Okay. There where he mentioned about the striker dropping in. Has that happened for you guys? Because I think Jackson can do that role.
Big time.
So, okay. But yeah, the wingers, they will definitely need to do. That's why I think for ENZO to actually succeed, he will need to have a say on what players must go. Because if they were you mentioned about the 8. Do you think Gallagher might be one?
I think what it'll be is, you know how Dewsbury Hall for us is sort of, he's one of the 8s, but he's more of that creative spark. But it's like, so I think one of them will be Cole Palmer, who's like an advanced 8 and can then sort of drop into those pockets of space, similar to what Dewsbury Hall's done for us this year. And then that other 8, I'm unsure because we played Ndidi there this season, but I think that's more because we had no one else. It's like he wanted Stefano Sensi in January, who's much more of a technical ball player. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have Cole Palmer and then I don't know what your other midfield options are, but like, I know he hasn't done a lot since he's come back to Chelsea, but he's a big fan of Cassidy. So could potentially see him integrated into that role. Again, you just don't know, because it's like different managers will take a fancy to different players.
Yeah. No, definitely. Let me just get to some of the comments. Okay. Sassy suggests, but the Chile is not as good as we think. I don't think the Sassy with the lack of pace will work in this high line, but like Ant said, in the Conference League, playing loads of games, we will need to, especially since it's now that league format. Like 36 teams. We're going to places that nobody's ever heard of. But we will be up for the ride, playing 3 p.m. in the afternoon against Bodo Glimt.
To be fair, if you get Bodo Glimt, I'm going to be gutted, because that's one of the away trips I really wanted. It looks a fantastic away day. I'll be gutted if you get that. But the thing is, because you get Europe every year, it's a different conversation, isn't it? Because you go sort of here, there, and everywhere. For us, I absolutely loved it, but I loved it for different reasons. It was just traveling to places I would never go.
Yeah, no. Ideal back four could be James Fofana, Cole, Cuckoo. Yeah, that might be a shot. The thing is with Fofana, he's so injured. Like, since that injury got at Leicester, and then we signed him on injury.
Sorry, Fofana's the one player I've got absolutely no sympathy for. Left like a rat. It is what it is. So if
you can have Chilwell back if you want. Do you want Chilwell back?
I'd rather have Drinkwater back, if I'm honest. But so the thing is, if you go on strike, refuse to train, refuse to play, it's like, I'm sorry, like I have absolutely no sympathy for you.
Yeah. We will get onto the goalkeeper later on in the video. Does mention the goalkeeper, but there has been rumors of us getting a new goalkeeper. And Kunku, this is another one. And Kunku, I think he can play that striker role.
He could play that number 9 role, dropping deep, couldn't he? Linking up play and then running beyond sort of the wingers, and probably. And Kuku's one of those. He's so talented on the ball. You could probably play him on the wing as well in this system, but
maybe he can work in that either 8 or a further 10, 8-ish next to Palmer. Maybe that's his position.
Yeah, the only thing with that is then it's very lightweight in midfield.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, we can train the players up, but it's up to you. It's like give it a go. Yeah, let's just give it a go. Yeah, it's not really an 8 in Kunku. Yeah, I think we have to, but if there's no I'm not going to say there's no progress under the process, like in the first season, then there's like no clear style of play, no clear style of play really, no in-game management. That's the word. So yeah, the wingers are like outlets. If they keep the midfield tight and compact, we can utilize our wingers for support and attacking prowess. Yeah, Enzo's the pivot. We want Elise. I think Elise might work. Might work.
I know
because it is direct.
I know he's been a bit of a flop so far, but I think one player who will get a lot out of is Mykhailo Mudryk.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, just like he reminds me a bit of what Mavididi was at the start of the season, and I know you've paid stupid money for him, but like relentless work rate, huge amount of pace, can take a man on, but he just looks like his confidence is absolutely on the floor.
Sterling might work, but the thing is, Sterling needs to buy into it, and he actually will need to turn up like he wants to play.
Yeah, the thing is, if something that I've loved from Enzo Maresca, if players aren't putting a shift in, he will hook them off straight away. He won't wait about with it. If he isn't happy with a player and doesn't think a player's working hard, they will not see another minute on the pitch. It's like that. I don't know sort of if that will be the same at Chelsea because it's bigger reputations, but it needs to be installed because there's too many players that when I've watched Chelsea, and admittedly you've watched it a lot more than me this season, but there's too many players that are happy to stroll about that pitch and pick up a wage. So under Enzo Maresca, you don't get away with that.
Yeah, I hope all this prop all the stuff won't change when he comes in. Where were we? Yeah, Jackson versatile. Yeah. I'm kind of happy because I was content with Poch, but I didn't want him to be appointed. I was very skeptical. But if Poch worked, I think Enzo could do well. I think if Poch was to continue, Enzo would have gone. Because Poch doesn't rate Enzo in his system, that's the thing. Don't know if you agree with that.
I don't know. I didn't watch enough Chelsea, to be honest, to give a fair opinion.
That's yeah, I think we do, but we'll just have to see what it does. Like I said, in the tight spaces.
For one thing, I do really worry about for you guys is that because you spent such big money on Caicedo, and I think he's a very good player, by the way, and there's a couple of players like this, because you've spent the amount of money you have on them, they're almost going to be shoehorned into a team.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't. Could play Caicedo as his right back. Yeah, he did play there, but then again we lose that pace down the wing and the pace to get back and cover. So yeah. But let's see. What does he say next?
And the fullback go inside, we behave like playing three at the back. So they have to occupy the space, all the width. They need to occupy that, and probably the main player in this case become the central defender, because he has also to recognize what is going on here in terms of if they are man-to-man, if these two players, they are free and they can play. Then when we try to play here and they are a little bit more aggressive, we need to come back with the keeper to start again. And in this case, we are here with the ball and the opposite, they try to press us. We use the keeper. So in this case, if this player drop here, the keeper is dropping in is going the opposite side, or if this player is dropping in this side, the keeper just make in the opposite side, and we become four at the back with the keeper. But as we said, in the moment that we become three at the back, we need to occupy the right space and a little bit to understand what is the solution. In this case, as we said, against 4-4-2, probably is 9 dropping give us the chance to connect with him and to set the ball with the two of the midfielder, or if he's dropping too much, we can play with him and set the ball with the attacking midfielder ready to attack. Depends a little bit how the opponent they behave.
Yeah, but I think we already talked about that with Jackson dropping deep, maybe in Kunku. And if need be, we can put Palmer there and dropping deep. Yeah, Lukaku. No, I don't think it suits the system because it doesn't. His technical ability isn't that great, so I don't think it suits the system.
Not at all. It's what Chilwell needs to.
Yeah, he needs. Please, you can take him.
Yeah.
Petimo.
I couldn't. The only player I'd like to have less back less at Leicester than Chilwell is Fofana. It's like I don't have a problem with players leaving. I get the fact that what size of club we are, but it's when you leave, don't then go and slag the club off for the next 2 years. Which is what Chilwell's done. So,
Chilwell and Fofana done you dirty. But
yeah. That's why I've got all the love in the world for Drinkwater, Maguire, Mahrez, Kante, all of those players left respectfully. But
well, you can take Chilwell 30 mil.
I would rather us play Shane Flynn, our under 23 left back, than him.
Play in the traffic.
One of the quality that you need is to be able.
This is about the inverted fullback. Which I have talked about and mentioned. Gusto, I've said maybe James.
To move yourself in small space. We used to say to move in the traffic because, for instance, in our case, that we are 4 at the back and we bring this player inside. That in this moment is Ricardo Pereira. For this player, you're gonna be in the traffic. Around you, there are more players than being here. So first of all, you have to be able to move in small space, and with us, as we said, Ricardo is doing that fantastic because he is good quality. He has quality. He's good in the small space. He's improving a lot. So probably one of the quality for sure that he has to be able technically and be able to play in the traffic.
And you mentioned earlier they were of Ricardo Pereira, and you have to be almost good on the ball, good close control, and I think both our right backs can do that to an extent. So yeah,
I've seen a lot of your fans saying about Reece James playing in that role. I'm convinced it suits Gusto more because I still think he's a better dribbler of the ball and has got the ability in tight spaces.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 30 more. We can go down to 25, but yeah.
You missed a decimal
wages, I think
2.5.
No, 2.5. No chance.
I still wouldn't want him back. I mean, you could pay us to have him back. It's like, it would be like for you lot. I don't know a player that's just like absolutely taking a piss out of your club and then you take them back. It's like it'd be like Lukaku coming back for you. Would you want that?
No.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's like with it, the fact he's an academy graduate as well, and like supposedly a Leicester fan, to still then publicly shit on the club. It's like, what? Just fuck off, mate.
Yeah, the big plus is that also Joe Shields would have worked with him, so you will know the likes of Lavia and Cole Palmer. That's a plus point.
And Cassidy as well.
Lavia, how Lavia in this system? Nah, we've got too many players.
These two players, one of the old midfielder and the fullback, behave in the right way, being in the right position, probably allow one of these two guys in the pocket to receive the ball with more time and more space. And when you are here and you can receive the ball without any opposite trying to pressing you, it's much better because you can cause problems. So for sure, one of the reasons is because you can allow player in front, so wingers, attacking midfielder or number 9, to receive with more space and more time. As we said, if this guy decide to jump here, so this guy is the guy that become free and he can receive in the moment that he receives the ball, he can receive this ball with the more space and more time.
Okay. And I think it goes back to what we basically said there, of the aids need, the advanced aids need to be technical.
Yeah.
So that they can receive the ball well, turn, do all those stuff.
Yeah. It's like it's no coincidence. Like Ndidi and Dewsbury Hall both have played a similar role this year. Dewsbury Hall's numbers are 10 times what Ndidi's are, because I think Ndidi's a fantastic player, but he's not an advanced 8, and it's been a square peg in a round hole. We've got away with it this year because the championships are like huge step below the Premier League, but you do need those technical players that are going to protect the ball and also be able to take the ball on the half term.
Yeah, no, definitely. We have an injury problem at Chelsea, man. I bet you in the summer breaks they're eating Cheetos and cheeseburgers. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, if Reese always break in pieces, gets injured again, I'm done. I'm done with me. He's got to by the time and missed games are just crazy. Yeah, I think this season coming up is a big one for him. If it doesn't work, it's going, because we can't have another season of injuries.
Yeah, I really like Reece James, but there's only so far talent. So far, like the talent and ability you'll get if you're only available 40% of the time.
Yeah. Even less than 40, to be fair. Like, even he won't even start the first 3 games for us. First 3 games of the season for us, because of the red card he got on the last day.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But the fact now you've got Gusto as well, someone who can come in and like he's I wouldn't say he's better than Reece James, but he's definitely got qualities, and he's got different qualities in Reece James. So before he got injured and you were like, shit, we're a bit stuck here. Now you've got someone who's more than good enough to come in.
Yeah, no, we definitely have. Yeah, it will be like Kante basically, but no, I'm just glad we have him. Really, that we have a player, like Gusto that is now a backup. Do make sure to smash that like button, and subscribe button if you haven't already. This is the last spot, I believe. Defensive transition.
Even when we are already with our fullback inside and we lose the ball, immediately we try to maintain the same shape. I mean, the fullback stay inside until we recover the ball. Now, if the opponent, they are able to give 4, 5, 6 passes in a row, so fullback come back in his position and we become line 04 with the fullback. But the main idea is the moment that we are attacking and we lose the ball, we don't drop with our fullback. We maintain the same shape and we try to be aggressive with all the players forward.
Okay. On that, I think I want to ask you this question. Of course, this season we've conceded the most goals in the Premier League since the 90s. Do you think maybe that system of the high line and then the fullback having to move back could become an issue? With team scoring against us.
It's where we've conceded a lot of our goals have been counters this season. You look at QPR, Middlesbrough at home, Millwall away, Plymouth away. Like a lot of our goals have come from that. But you won't have the same issue we have of lack of pace at the back because you've got some quick centre backs. But this is what I was saying earlier, that, you know, with the press, if not everyone is committed to that press, you will get played through very easy. You have to have everyone committed to the system.
No. Okay, so it's almost kind of like Brighton, just on another level.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, more control, more chances.
We had this year, unless probably between 65 and 75, some games even more possession. So because they drop and they defend, they try to defend in this side and don't give us space, they give us the ball, waiting for our mistake and to go in transition. But since we start, we are using this solution and it's giving us for sure the control of the game, for sure more players inside so we can create more dangerous. And because we said in our case, in this moment, Ricardo Pereira is the player that is going inside. He already gave this year many assists to his teammates in terms of goal, chances, penalty, because these two guys, most of the time, when they decide to drop player with quality like Harry Winks and Ricardo in this moment, they are giving us this solution. Probably the best team doing this for sure. It's Pep, Manchester City. Even if now they extend and the fullback they bring inside the central defender, but more or less the target or the concept are the same. So no doubt that Manchester City.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's basically yeah, I understand what it says. More control, more chances, and that's why I like the inverted fullback system. And of late, since before Poch left, we have seen Cucurella inverting, and we have created a few more chances. So yeah, but just to give, I will let you give your final say on this whole saga, and then I'll give my thoughts, and we can end off.
Yeah, it's like I say, I don't. It's a bigger risk for Chelsea than it is for Maresca. Like this is almost like your last sort of roll of the dice to get the managerial appointment right. And as I say, I'm disappointed. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm not, but like it is what it is. It's a step up in size of club, etc. for him. But I do feel disappointed that he's going after 1 year and not even a Premier League game managed by him.
Yeah, yeah, no. I think for you guys, it's a big blow. For for me, like I said, I didn't like Enzo before this thing. I still think it's a big step up he
Mhm.
has to make. Like, but if I'm being totally honest, watching that video, hearing what you've said, if he does exactly what he did at Leicester, I think we could have a really good season. Even though I'm still a bit negative about him, like making that step up, and it's a bigger step up than Potter, but the foundation has been laid with Leicester. Um, there's one question, well, one comment from Joe. Um, says, I'm not happy. Even Leicester fans have lost patience with him. Now, we just that lost patience. I believe that's because of the slow football, like
Yeah, yeah,
the
but
ball approach.
it's such a small minority. It's like it was like 95% of Leicester fans were behind him, but the thing is, he won't get that patience at Chelsea, and it's like,
Yeah,
but the one thing that I think you're now starting to see a lot of Leicester fans who aren't too upset that he's going either, because it's like if you don't want to be here, go. So it's like you're going to see sort of because there was a story last night and it's been bollocksed anyway, but he was saying about he's unsure if he wants to make the move, this, that, and the other, and all of the replies were like, "You've shown you want to go, go."
yeah. I saw that. Plus, how are we going to go? Oh, how are we going for someone who only won the championship by 1 point when they should have walked the championship?
Thing is, in a normal season, our points total would have walked the championship. Like 98 points would have walked it. Like everyone talks about Burnley walking the championship. I believe they got 99 points. It's just because of a pace for Ipswich set as well. So
Okay, no, just because of the other teams. That's
yeah.
totally fair. Um, so yeah. At least we're not getting Thomas Frank. That's the one thing.
I think
I'm
Thomas
sad
Frank
about.
would have been a better appointment, but here we are.
Nah, I don't think so. Patience and passing quality is key. Yeah, if one back pass is misplayed, yeah, we are done. We are done. Cucurella loves recycling the ball. Yeah, it does. It does. But yeah, who's your manager replacement? I
I
said
would like
Potter.
I would like Carlos Corber. I'm the West Brom manager. If it's not him, Potter or Moyes, I'd be happy with any of the three.
Okay.
Corberan would be my first choice, though. But ironically, he's probably the lowest name on that list, but the one we'll have to pay the most for because he'll have to pay West Brom compensation.
Yeah. At least we didn't. Well, you can use that 10 million and however million you will get from us taking the backroom staff as well, assistant manager. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
at least we
all in
didn't
is
get
like 22 million with all of the backroom staff and fitness staff as well.
madness. At least we didn't get Thomas Frank or Lampard. Yeah, yeah. I will definitely back Enzo, but I'm still I still have my concerns over him, like anybody. But yeah, I think if it was for me between him or De Zerbi, I wanted De Zerbi, but by the sounds of it, he plays a lot like De Zerbi, just without the high line a bit.
There's a slower paced version of Deserby ball. Deserby is like so high pace, high intensity. It's a lot slower.
Okay, well, as long as I get goals, I'm happy. um, so yeah, drop the concerns, but yeah, do make sure to get any comments in the comment section after this video if you're watching this on playback. Yeah, then make sure to smash a and subscribe, and then let's Ant shout out his socials.
Yeah, so Ant's Leicester fan channel, home and away match day vlogs with Leicester, daily stream. So make sure to come over, subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, cheers for having me on.
No worries. Yeah, thanks for coming on. Thank you very much. The link to his title is in the title, so go subscribe to him over there. So yeah, and then as for my socials, links are in the description. But as you guys can see in the ticker, Instagram underscore coach underscore corner, then Twitter Hanu 7083 0030, and then TikTok coach corner 1. And then I might see you guys tonight for Premier League season review. So yeah, I think then we'll see you guys in a bit, people. Cheers.